Hey y'all, hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Sweetie here, Sweetie baby, Sweetie mama, Sweetie special, Sweetie sprinkle, Sweetie spice, Sweetie the Lord, Sweetie everything, like Sweetie the light of the world. How you guys doing today? If you're seeing my face for the first time, yes, those are all my names, okay? I function in different capacities and I'm proud of all the many hats God has given me. So yes, if you're interested in this video, please keep on watching and don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like this video, okay, subscribe and share. Let's get right into what we're discussing today. Okay guys, so it's been a minute that I filmed in a place other than my living room, and I did this because this is kind of like an intimate video between you and I, okay? Two of us were having a discussion and I wanted it to be more relaxed, not so formal, not so legally speaking, not so gang, giving you guys points and all of that. But we need to discuss because I've been going through some things and I just got this message and I feel like it's for somebody out there. And I just want to quickly share it with you. And today being Sunday is a good thing, okay, that we're listening to this because I know that everybody's chilled, relaxed, and all of that stuff. So yes, let's get into it. Are you going through stuff? Are you going through a change in your life? Are you going through like a sort of spiritual awakening, rebirth kind of thing? Are you going through a process where you know that God is working on you? He has made a call on your life. He has asked you to do certain things. Like you wake up in the night and you have this pressing desire, to write things down from what you dreamt. You have the desire to speak to people. You have this calling. You walk on the road and you see people that are homeless and it burdens you. You see women who are going through things and you are pressed about it. You see children and it comes to your heart that, oh, you need to be able to minister to these people. So your purpose, you're awakening to your purpose. You are awakening to the things God has asked you to do, basically, but you get stuck, okay? You're like, how do I go about it? How do I start? Where do I start from? I'm not even qualified for this. Oh, I'm neck deep in sin, okay? I do all these hidden things that nobody knows about. I am lazy. I procrastinate a lot. I can write down a lot of points and say, I'm going to do this today. The end of the day comes and I've not ticked anything off my to-do list. How do I do and be all that God has called me to be? The answer is actually crazy because I'm that person, okay? I'm like you, who God has called to do so many things, but sometimes I get distracted, sometimes I get lazy, I procrastinate, I get FOMO, like fear of missing out on other things, because like my friends are doing other things, I'm seeing people doing things, and I'm like, I want to be those people, but then God has called me to be somewhere else, and it's almost like I'm stuck. I don't know where to go and all of that. And worse still, maybe you have already taken steps like me. You have already done like maybe some Bible classes. You've already gone further. You've even experienced the power of God. You've had encounters. I've had several encounters with God. I've had God speak through me and all of that. But then I come back home and I'm back to square one. It's like, did the encounter really encounter? Did it really enter? Did I really feel everything that I'm supposed to feel? Have I made any progress? Okay. Sometimes you look at your to-do list, what you said you're going to do in January, your New Year's resolution is already close to December and you have not ticked anything off. What do you do? How do you get back on track? How do you stay on focus? How do you take any step? Okay. So the first thing I'm going to tell you to do is allow yourself feel how you feel, okay? Don't pretend like you're not struggling. A lot of us sometimes package ourselves as people that are not going through anything. We are so perfect, we are doing so well. People will be giving us accolades and accolades. They are clapping for us online because you show up every day and post content and things like that, and you're not acknowledging the fact that you are struggling or going through something. I feel like the first step is to say that, see, I am at this place that is uncomfortable, because it's that uncomfortable place that God starts to work in us, okay? I'm uncomfortable. I feel like I've been in this static. I've been in this cycle for a while, like going here, going to church, coming back, but not really having impact, doing this but not really doing that. I am lazy. This laziness thing is a topic we have to discuss separately. I'm lazy. I am not productive. I'm jealous. I'm envious. I am depressed. Sometimes it's mental health problems you're going through. Be honest with where you are, and that's when God can work with you. Because if you don't tell him, he knows what you're going through. But if you don't open up your mouth and say, yo, Baba J, this is where I am. I'm struggling right here. I you're not even able to see when he's setting things in place to help you out of those things because you did package them. Okay, he might be telling you, go back to the basics, go back to the beginning, go back to learning the foundation of everything. He might be telling you this, but if you're packaging yourself as a robo bobo roba baba kind of Christian, how are you gonna, do you understand, learn and hear that God is telling you to go back? So the first thing is, okay, admit where you are. The next thing is baby steps. And I learned this recently from one of the sermons I listened to, Pastor Sarah Jakes Roberts, is that a lot of us are looking at the finished product of our idols, not idols as in idols, but like our mentors. Let's use mentors, our pastors, our men of God, and all of that. You are looking at years and years and years of training, years and years of breakthrough, years and years of God pruning them, of him, molding them. They've gone through fire, they've gone through heartbreak, they've lost so much, they've sacrificed so much. But all you are looking at is the finished product. You're not looking at the beginning where they started from. Okay, a lot of pastors tell you that they went through a lot, they went through a journey with God. But a lot of the times, because we are so attracted to shiny things, we don't see that there's a process, okay? There's a procedure, there's a wilderness journey, there's baby steps. Don't always look for, oh, that miraculous breakthrough. You like, okay, God has given you that vision. I have a vision from God about rescuing women, okay, from hell, basically. That is like a vision that God had given me. And imagine me seeing myself like, okay, that's the goal. God has said this is who you're going to be, but I'm only looking at that final picture. I'm not looking at how to take baby steps to get to that. Oh, register your NGO. Oh, be part of another NGO so you can learn. Oh, be diligent in this. Oh, in church, be doing that. There are some baby steps to get to that place. Sometimes we are so overwhelmed by the finished product. We are so overwhelmed by the end that you can't even see that there's a ladder that you must climb. Okay, so baby steps. You don't always have to achieve everything right away. Just take steps. As you're taking steps, God is pruning you, he's refining you. You will make mistakes, you will blunder, you have to make mistakes to learn. You will do that. So just be okay with taking baby steps. The finished product can be next month, the final product can be, the glory can come next year, it can come 10 years from now. But it's all these steps that you have taken that will mold you, so that when you get to that pinnacle, that place where you've seen that vision that you've seen, it will not be so easy to break you down and bring you down. Does that make any sense? I hope it makes sense. The third thing is to remain in that atmosphere of encounter. Okay, this one happened to me recently. Like I said, God spoke through me at a prayer session, a meeting, and stuff like that. It was crazy. It had never happened like that before. No, actually, it has happened like that. Like the Holy Spirit is telling me things, like I'm hearing, I'm prophesying, things like that. But this particular time, it was like Elroy. God was like literally, like I was saying things. Oh, I'm the God of Israel. I'm the this. I'm the that. It was shocking to me that I was being that person being used to voice these things out. But immediately I left that atmosphere, I went back to all the things I was doing in the flesh and all of that, and it was as if that encounter never happened. And so the Lord was ministering to me recently and telling me that to have that impact that I'm looking for, to grow spiritually, to do the things that He has asked me to do, I must continue to remain in the space of that encounter. And how do you do that? You have to block out the flesh, all the things of the flesh. I'm sorry to say, it's so easy to be sucked into what your flesh likes, okay? Reading novels, watching Netflix all the time, watching YouTube, doing all these basic things, going shopping. Those are things that you like. But I mean, when they replace that place of encounter, when you're not in that atmosphere, it's easy to get distracted. It's easy to forget, because the Lord continually speaks, okay? When the Lord took Jesus on a 40-day fast, He took Moses, He took Paul, He took all these people. He was speaking to them continually. He was talking to them. He was giving them wisdom. He was giving them things. At the end of the day, Moses came out with the 10 commandments. At the end of the day, Jesus came out with breakthrough. At the end of the day, all these things, miraculous, start happening. But if you have that one encounter or those two encounters and you don't remain in that atmosphere, you have not completed the impartation. You have not gotten the revelation. You cannot birth anything because it has not really sunk into it. It's just a seed. It was just a seed that needed to be watered, needed to be taken care of. It needed sunlight, it needed manure, it needed all these other things. But yet you just took that one and you left it. That seed may die. It may actually die because it didn't have the required attention and process for it to grow. So try to remain in the atmosphere of encounter. What does that mean? It's not just church service. Church service is good, but after church, do you read your notes? I have years worth of notes that I've never opened before. I'm sorry to say, but do you take your notes and say, okay, this Bible verse is this guy, the Bible verse that the pastor talked about that impacted me this way. How do I, make it manifest in my life? How do I bring it to life? The Bible tells us that the words are spirit and life. They are spirit and truth. These are the words of God. How do I make it manifest, come alive in my own life? And that's by reading the word, staying in worship, staying in the place of worship, staying in the place of praise. It's also by listening to sermon. So basically, you have to remain in the place of encounter. You have to remain in that atmosphere of that process, okay, to receive and to let the seed that has been planted germinate. And in all of that, I would say the final thing, or it's not really a final, because this is not a destination, but also belong to a place where you are accountable, okay, so, and where you can grow and be nurtured. So that's a Bible believing church, that a ministry or a fellowship or something. A lot of people say that you don't need to go to church to be a Christian, but if God has called you for something, He has not called only you. He attaches people to you. He attaches ministries to you. He attaches helpers to you that will help you grow, help you be accountable, help you pray, that will hold your hand in the whole journey of life and everything like that. So if you belong to a good fellowship, a strong fellowship, a Bible believing fellowship, then you'll be fine, okay? You would be able to, whenever you face challenges, you have a community, you have a family you can go back to when you need prayers. Even when you think you don't need prayers, people are interceding for you, because this is a warfare. This is a crazy journey that we are on, and we need to always be protected at all times. We need to be, what's the word? We need to be not just sanctified, but we need to be fortified. Exactly. We need to be fortified by prayers, by worship, by prophecies. We need to be encouraged. We need to be, because sometimes you will face crazy challenges, you will face blowback, you'll be doing things for years and years. Please. So we've come to the end of this video, and I hope we learned something from it. I hope we've taken something from it. So if this is you and you're going through that phase of growing spiritually, of trying to come into purpose, trying to come into what God has asked you to do, it might even be your career, it can be anything that you're struggling with and having that roadblock or that confusion. If you apply some of these steps, I know for a fact that you will see change and you will see progress. And the final thing I would say is go easy on yourself, okay? Don't be so pressured for success, for results, that the pressure you put on yourselves now becomes counterproductive. It becomes counterproductive. It becomes like it doesn't help you, it doesn't allow you grow. And do you get what I mean? It just doesn't help, okay? Don't put too much pressure to be the leader of the ministry, to be the face of the church and all those kind of things. Sometimes the motive of why we want to do things prevents them from actually doing it the way they're supposed to do. Those people that are now worship leaders, Sinach and the co, and their ministers, Pastor Nathaniel and all of that, they took steps, they served, it took time. It took time to get to that point. So let's take our time and do what we have to do. And I hope this video has blessed you in every single way possible. Anyway, so yes, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, like this video, subscribe, share, and all of that good stuff. Okay, bye.